How you folks all doing out there? Hero of None here for ESO News on 11/2/2018. We got a few things to go over today, including some of the crown stuff, luxury merchant, and golden merchant for today. So let's start off with some ESO news and take it easy. So first, number of trials are still bugged, and it's, according to Zoss, it's something global that was changed in the Murkmire patch. So it's being worked on, but it doesn't necessarily have something directly to do with the trial. So they are working on it, but it's not a quick fix or anything they can quickly revert to. Right now, there's our Elder Scrolls hashtag our Elder Scrolls contest going on, and you could win a trip to E3 2019, ESO game prizes, t-shirts, and more. Go to elderscrollsonline.com to find out more. Note, though, that it does exclude Florida, New York, Rhode Island, and Quebec. The reason for that is bonding laws. If you don't live in one of these states, I live in New York myself, there's bonding laws for any sweepstakes that are over $5,000, so a lot of times companies and big sweepstakes will just exclude our states because it's a lot easier just to give stuff away to states that don't have those laws than it is to work with the states that do. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Twitch drops are scheduled for November. Currently, you can watch any streamer after 10 a.m. Eastern, November 3rd to November 4th, November 16th to November 18th, and November 30th to December 2nd. That's also specific to note as well, the November 3rd to November 4th is for a charity, and they're giving that to all streamers as well. So just log in between any of those times, 10 a.m. on the starting day, 10 a.m. the ending day, and you have a chance for a drop. Expect the drops to show up in your mail the following day. For specific drops, ESO Live on November 9th at 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern, there will be drops for that. And Ophelia Nor's Argonian Lore on November 4th at 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So after that November 3rd to 4th, drop into Ophelia's Nor's stream, 11 to 3, and you can get some more drops on top of that. There's also ESO Plus deals starting on November 13th, meaning be logged in or have ESO Plus by then, and you're going to get deals. And some of those deals do include, pardon me while I pull up the notes here just so I don't mess up. I'm going to mess up anyway, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's going to include a Molag Bal statuette, Ebon Steel Dwarven Spider, so different skin for the Ebon Spider mount, a Nebonese Noble Pack, and 30% off Holojack crates on Black Friday. In addition to that, you also have a few things that are coming up here. We'll take a look at a few of these in a minute here. But a flat brim morning hat pack, skull face tattoo pack, which I think is pretty cool. Orc Wise Woman's vestments. New Troll King arm packs are going to be coming out. Houses with the Enchanted Snow Globe house is going to be coming. Furniture packs with Deepmire Expeditions. Furnishing packs for Clockwork God's Domain. And furnishing bundle New Life Festival. Finally, there's also going to be a Badger Bear mount and a new pet with a pale plume fledgling griffin. So that's all the new stuff coming out on the Crown Store. Some stuff looks pretty cool in there. It's going to be a lot of Christmassy stuff as well. But let's get ourselves into looking into ESO specifically and take a look at some of the items that we have on sale now that you can get by the end of this weekend. Alright. So, first off, let's take a look at the luxury merchant here. Now, if you're big game hunters, this seems to be the night for you. Currently, you have a Carcass Gray Hair, Carcass Hanging Geese, Deerhead wall mount, Etchater Horns wall mount, and a Wolf Head wall mount. Now, I would say that most of these are looking pretty good. I'd probably say if you're doing like a merchant type area in your house, I think the gray hair and the geese are pretty good for 5,000, 7,000, or 7,500. Deerhead and wolf mounts are both kind of expensive, but if you're like a hunter and you want to show off stuff, these aren't too bad right here. Now, in addition to that, we also have stuff on the Golden Merchant. Currently, Ring of Fire, weapon damage, stamina, weapon critical. When you deal damage to weapon ability, you have 20% chance to deal an additional 5,000 flame damage. This effect can occur once every 2 seconds. Not that great of a set, to be honest. A reason being that, remember that any proc set cannot critical at all. So this is going to be a flat 5,000. But what they don't tell you is it still gets affected by whatever penetration you have. So flame damage here is counted as spell damage, which you need spell penetration for. And if you're doing weapon damage, stamina, and critical, you likely don't have a whole lot of spell penetration because you're mostly a melee DPS set and probably have physical penetration on the other hand. If you're going to pair this up maybe with maces, which get base, well, no, not even maces. Maces are only physical penetration in the dual wield line. You probably have to go with the sharpen trait to get any use out of these to be really good with penetration on this. Maybe the Lover's Mundus as well, which wouldn't be too hard to do, but again, not that great. Again, and for PvE, you have better sets than this. For PvP, still other better sets than this. So probably pass even for 150k. War Maiden's Ring, spell critical, magicka, spell damage, and adds 400 spell damage to your magical abilities. This one's not too bad. This one here is from the sorry, it's on the tip of my tongue. Morrowind, yes. Just take a drink there, sorry. But it's from Morrowind. These things are fairly easy to get in purple. I wouldn't necessarily go with the full gold on this. In addition to that, keep in mind, this is 400 damage to your magic damaging abilities. Anything else is not going to get any boost on this. I'd say this isn't bad, but keep in mind this is 150 for this when you can get it easily for purple. Do you really need it? It's up to you. I'd say that it's an okay set to get. There might be some other ones you might want to save money for. If you're really looking for this set, though, you can get purple really, really cheap because the market's almost overflooded. In fact, you could go to Morrowind and probably farm this out in the time frame it takes to do this news segment here. On the 250 set, or sorry, the 250k set, we have Ring of Sergeant, health recovery, weapon damage, and increase your damage to fully charged heavy attacks by 1,634 damage. So this increases the damage by that much there. Interesting enough, it doesn't say if it's physical damage or magic damage, but given it's a weapon set, you most likely are going to be using this with a melee build. That damage there isn't that really great. There's other ways you can do this, and again, that's only a flat amount of damage you can do this with. You can probably get better with just simply raising up your stats or getting, I don't know, huntings to raise up your base weapon damage. Not really impressed with that one. In addition to that, fully charged heavy attacks, not used in PvE a whole lot, just off and on for more stamina or more magicka when you need it. And for PvP, typically if you're going to do heavy attacks, you're going to be doing it with lightning or restoration stats where you can't have people dodging out of it all the time. They did make some changes to PvP, so it's not as easy to dodge heavy attacks. Now you actually have to be right on top of your dodge rule game, but still not really that great. And for 250k, I'd pass on it. Truth Throw, stamina, weapon critical, weapon damage for 5-piece, and major savagery at all times, increasing your weapon critical by 2,191. Not great, and a lot of people will pass this up. And I probably would recommend passing this up in the gold for that 250k as well. If you really want to get it, you can get it for cheap on the purple. If I remember right, this is either Frungo Grotto or Aradon. No. Aradon is twin sisters. So that, yeah, this I'm pretty sure this is Fungal Grotto here. So you can farm this out pretty easily right now. Fungal Grotto is one of the easier ones to do. Wait, is it two? Is it that one? I apologize, guys. I cannot remember if that's find on pickup. Find on equip. Yeah, this is definitely a dungeon sit here. I don't think it's Fungal Grotto though. Apologize. I do not remember which one this is from. You're gonna have to look that up for yourselves, guys. But if I remember right, this is from a pretty easy standard dungeon to get it from. So I wouldn't really worry about it, getting it, to be honest. That savagery at all times is usually not that important because you have other abilities that can give you major savagery, and including pots. If you're doing pots, weapon critical pots typically take the entire length of time it takes till you can chug the next pot. So yeah, getting that savagery up is pretty easy. Maybe for PvP this would be useful, but I don't think so, to be honest. Alright, now, after all that mouthful of words, let's take a look at what's on the Crown Store here. Starting with the limited time offers here. So for 3 days, you can get some of these new items here that are part of the new pack. So you can get a deluxe morning hat, modest morning hat, and plumed morning hat. See, got a little feather in it. Not really that bad, but not sure I would get that for 700 for myself. Other people might have a different opinion. Next, let's take a look at the skull face tattoos. Now, note, I am a vampire. Most times, tattoos do not work properly on me. The whole alpha layer thing is really messed up. But these actually show up. The black parts will show up better on a non-vampire. But as you can see here, the white shows up fairly nice. And I do think they put some pretty good detail in. Now, I am surprised they also put this in after the Halloween, after Halloween. I mean, this would have been perfect Day of the Dead stuff to have in the Crown Store all of October. But you have 3 days to get it now, so go get it. Badger Bear mount. So as you see, it's got a badger face, and you get to mount it. Ride it around. Let's look on with everything here. I don't really like the helmet on top of this because it kind of hides the fact that the look of the badger. The rest of the stuff looks okay. Deadwater style motif. I think we showed these off last time. I'm fairly certain we did. I don't know why this is still labeled as new, but that's fine. We'll show it off again. I do kind of like the chest here. Like, this is one of the few, like, I don't know, like, bikini armors I've seen out there. So it's kind of interesting. Grothar's arm packs. I mean, the bow is kind of cool. I think the maul probably does the better job than the mace. The shield, on the other hand, though, I mean that's the Necronomicon stuff right there. That's like flesh strapped across the shield there, right there. So yeah, that currently is 2,500. So they're going to be coming up with a few more sets here like this as well as we go along. In addition to that, you also have this item here, which is the music box Blood and Glory set. Which you can get for your house, which will also play a little tune here. As you can see here, when activated, plays music arrangements from the Stirring for Blood for Glory for Honor theme. Note though, even though I have my sound turned off right now for in-game sounds, this only shows up clanking inside of the preview. It does not actually show the actual sound, unfortunately. Now, in addition to that, we have new dyes for the New Life Festival here, as you can see. Or not New Life, but Hoarfrost colors. These are up for 6 days here. So you might want to get those in now before they're gone. All the not all the Christmas stuff. All the Halloween stuff is now gone. And keep in mind, it's going to be limited time to get the Holojack crates here. You will have Black Friday to get these, as we saw in the notes there. But everything else is going to be gone pretty soon here. So do take a look and get yourself some crowns if you see the sale come on, okay? It usually happens right around this time that you see lower crown prices come up there. So do take a look for deals. You may see some cheap prices for that, but not see anything in the store that you want right now. But get them and enjoy. Get them now, and then when something comes up that you really want to enjoy, you can get it. Anyways, that's Fear of None. That is the Mundus Minute for 11/2/2018. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you in Terminal.